All right, so we did a career simulation on Wander Franco the other day, and I was thinking, you know what? There's another kind of like, not necessarily a rookie, but a top prospect that's in the news quite a bit, and that's Jarred Kelenic. There's some rumors he's hurt. There's some rumors of service manipulation time. There's a lot going on with Jarred Kelenic right now, and let's just get into it. We're gonna do another career simulation. It's gonna be Jarred Kelenic, and I hope you do enjoy it. Of course, if you do, hit that thumbs up down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and enjoy the content, and of course, get in the comment section and let me know what you want to see next. Hey you. Yeah, you, the one who's watching the video. I think it's safe for me to assume that you like sports. So let me introduce you to today's sponsor, FanDuel. FanDuel Daily Fantasy Sports, I mean, they've got it all. Not just MLB. They've got NFL, NHL, I mean, anything you can think of. I mean, they've even got esports. So they've got all these options, all these different contests, but man, do they make it so easy for you just to hop in. I mean, look at this. You just hop into a contest. We're going to take a look at this NBA one. This one's like, requirements are that you have to stay within a salary cap. So you set your lineup, you click submit, and then you just, there you go. There's your HUD. You keep track up to date with all the scores. And of course, at the end of it, you have a chance to win some serious money. Yes, real money. And for you new people out there, don't you worry. They break it down for you. They got tutorials. They got everything you need here. This is how you FanDuel. You choose a contest, you pick your players, and then you watch and win. Like, I mean, they break it down for you. You can get some support here with some learn more sections, some tutorials. They help you break things down. There's ways to play, so they break those down, the different types of contests. They even have more like frequently asked questions and other areas where you can learn more about what's going on. And they even give you a couple recommended contests that you can hop into. I mean, I'm telling you, they literally just hand it to you. They just feed it to you on a spoon. And they don't just have challenges for new people. They have all different types. They've got free challenges. They got some challenges where you can win some serious money. You can think of it. They've got it for you. Definitely check out FanDuel. And when you do that, why don't you use my personalized link that'll be down in the description. I mean, why not check it out? If you like sports and you like making money, I mean, they combine the two. It's the best of both worlds. Go check out FanDuel. And thanks again for them for sponsoring today's video. All right, so obviously with the Mariners, let's go take a look and see what Jarred Kelenic is starting off with. 20 years old. Obviously, we're hopping into 2021, so he might be 21 years old. I could be wrong, but 68 overall, can play all across the outfield, lefty, and you can see his hitting stats and fielding stats. I definitely think they could be a little bit higher, but again, I don't really want to just jack up the stats and then just have him be like a 99 after a couple seasons. So I did want it to be a little bit realistic. I feel like Jarred Kelenic's one of those guys that's kind of on the cusp of being MLB ready. I know some people are really hyped about him and thinking that he could be MLB ready now. There's others who still think he does need some time in the minors. I think 21, 22, yeah, you definitely could be on the cusp. Everybody's not a Juan Soto or a Tatis or an Acuna. So he definitely has all the tools to be a great outfielder. But I felt like this was an okay starting range for his first season. So let's see how he does, in the minors, and we'll do a little check-in from time to time. All right, let's do a quick little check-in on Jarred Kelenic because he's up to a 71, which pretty solid, right? Like a decent growth this year. And that sounds weird, a decent growth. What has he got, like a tumor or something? But fielding went up 3. I feel like that's kind of like the average, the norm. You see like a 3 or a 4 for like the fielding stats. Stealing went down 6, which is pretty wild. But then plus 10 contact versus lefties and plus 7 contact versus righties. I mean, I don't hate it. I mean, that's a pretty good overall, development in a season. So up to 71. Based on what I'm seeing, it's going to be difficult for him to beat out Kyle Lewis unless Jarred Kelenic just somehow turns into like the next Barry Bonds or something. So we'll have to wait and see how he does. The outfield's kind of cramped. You got Taylor Trammell, Kyle Lewis, you got Fraley, Dom T. Williams, which I'm what? Is it T. Williams or is it Terrence Williams? I always forget what it is. You've got Dylan Moore, you've got Mitch, Julio Rodriguez. There's a lot of outfielders to compete with. It really just depends on how he does. But that's 1 year so far. That's pretty solid. That's a pretty solid like development, especially with the hitting stats. Those are the most important. We all know that. So let's sim a few more seasons, see how he does. All right, so switch teams because Jarred Kelenic was at the point where he's kind of MLB ready. And I didn't really want to get in, like, some people probably think I still get involved with these. And so I felt like, let's go to a new team and see what happens. And then I went back to the Mariners and I was like, wait a second, someone's missing. And so something happened, because you can see here we're, like Noelvi Marte's in the mix. You got Trammell still here, like Julio Rodriguez. So like a couple of the normal names. This was a guy that they drafted. But someone's missing. And then I was like looking around, couldn't find him. So I searched his name. And then I found that he went to the Rockies. And I was like, excuse me? He went to the Rockies? And because I saw that Charlie Blackmon was on the Mariners, I thought, okay, well, did they make a trade that I just didn't get notified of? But no, the Mariners just decided not to add him to the 40-man. And he got selected in the Rule 5 draft. Another blaring issue. Just glaring. Whatever, just an obvious issue that this game has, where a top prospect in baseball, considerably one of the better center fielders in baseball at this point, is not added to your 40-man. Why? So he got picked up by the Rockies. He's actually starting in center field with the Rockies. I'm going to show you their lineup right now. We're in the year 2023. I'm pretty sure he's in every single lineup. Yeah. So he's starting with the Rockies now. There you go. There it is. So let's see how this first season in the majors goes. So with the first season in the books, let's take a look. And I've looked through the league leaders and everything like that, or the awards, nothing. So I'm assuming things didn't go too great. And he's not even in this. What? They've got Big Peen Veen starting in center field now. Uh-oh, what happened? Is he? There he is. Okay, so he got sent down to AAA. So I'm wondering if he just had like a bad season. I mean, his hitting stats look decent, still pretty good. Contract wise, okay, so he does, I mean, he's unhappy. He's up to an 80 overall. You can see that. So played in 60 games, had a 224 average, with a 297 on base percentage and a 661 OPS. So rookie season, I mean, it's not even like a rookie season because he only played in like just under a third of the games. So I mean, technically, if he starts next year, he's still a rookie. But first MLB experience, pretty rough. So I guess the Coors effect doesn't apply here to Jarred Kelenic. So let's keep going forward. Let's see how it goes. All right, so next season, 2024, and let's go take a look just to see if he has like cracked the lineup for good. And okay, there he is. Okay, yeah, so there he is. Jarred Kelenic, 234. Oh no. Fielding stats look great. Like I'm looking at him again, that +3, +4, that looks like it's just written in the code to happen every single year. Hitting stats slowly starting to creep up. Let's go see if he's got any quirks. The bunt master, which I feel like everybody gets. Still pretty unhappy about his status. Is he not an everyday guy? He's not. Okay, so it only looks like he doesn't face righties. So okay, so there's that. And looking at it, 234 average, so a slight, like I'm talking slight improvement in some areas, but still not great. So 24 years old, hopefully he'll start to see some more improvements. It's definitely the vision and the discipline that are hurting him, but we'll have to wait and see how he continues to develop. But there it is. That's the first kind of full check-in on him. Hopefully it goes a little bit better. All right, so 2029, and this is the year that Jarred Kelenic becomes a free agent because of the whole, like, he was kind of in the MLB and then got sent back down. So this is the last year before he becomes a free agent, and I figured let's do a little check-in this season and see how he's doing. So he's up to a 91 overall. Quirks, Unbreakable, Buntmaster, and Cannon. Morale is 91 overall, just standard. And you can see this is when he does become a free agent after this year. Stats wise, hasn't been too great, but real quickly, let's take a look at the attributes. I mean, the contact versus lefties, great. Not so much power versus lefties. Everything else looks really pretty good. Speed, fielding, arm strength, all that stuff. The hitting stats probably could be a little bit better, but he looks like he's been struggling. Like, it just doesn't look like anything's clicking. Last year had quite a good season, 287, 829 OPS, 23 home runs, 25 doubles. But like, it just looks like it's not clicking. He's 29 years old too, so like, probably kind of in the prime of his career. Only 5 years of MLB service time. So, like, we know he's still got quite a few years ahead of him because of the whole MLB service time is, like, the big determinants on if you're good or not. So, looking at it, like, he probably still has quite a few good years. He's probably going to get paid quite a bit after this season. So, it'll be interesting to see how he does. So, figured I'd check in now, see how he does. We'll check in at the end of the season, and then we'll see who he signs with. All right, so with the season over, let's go take a look at how KELENIC did throughout the year. He's up to a 93. You can see his attributes look great. Like, those are good attributes. Like, he should still be hitting the ball pretty well. Even the vision and discipline are starting to go up a lot more as well. So, like, I'm assuming he had a good year. Any new quirks? Sniper. Yeah, sniper and 20/20 vision. So, like, he's got really good attributes. Let's take a look at his statistics. 261, 809 OPS. Is it just me, or have you guys noticed that, like, Jarred KELENIC just doesn't really do well in franchise? And a lot of you guys always tell me, pick up KELENIC. Let's see a KELENIC career sim. And this is kind of why, because I've noticed that, like, KELENIC's just one of those players that just doesn't really do well. And, like, even before I started this career sim, I bumped up his attributes a little bit just to kind of see how he would do. And for some reason, it just doesn't seem like he does well. I don't know if it's just like him or what, but, like, he just doesn't do well at all. So I'm interested to see where he signs. So let's sim a little bit, see if we can see him signing with the new team at all. And if I don't get a notification soon, I'll run over to the Rockies and see who or what the contract is that he got, because I'm assuming he would have signed by now. So let's go take a look and see what kind of a big contract he was just offered. And not a max deal, but you're looking at what, 29 mil for the next 7 years, it looks like. So, all right, it looks like he's staying in Colorado. Maybe he'll start to now get really good averages on base percentage, home runs, all that stuff, because so far, pretty disappointed. I'm not gonna lie. All right, I figured out what it is. This was what KELENIC needed, because this is the first time I've seen him in the postseason. And also, he just needed a big contract. That's all he needed. A little bit of motivation. Just be like, hey, look what I can do. 37 home runs, 38 doubles. I mean, there it is. That's all he needed. He just needed to be paid and show off that, he deserves all that money. 285 average, a 375 on base percentage, and a 920 OPS. I mean, there it is. There we go. That's what I've been waiting for. So maybe Jarred KELENIC's just like a quote unquote late bloomer. Maybe that's what it is. So there it is. 30 years old. KELENIC's starting to show off that power, that ability. And I mean, this team's looking pretty solid too. So there it is. Let's see how he does in the postseason. Okay, so they're up 1-0 against the Cardinals, I think they're facing. So why did it take me to, there it is. So how are they gonna do? They advance. Now they're taking on the Diamondbacks. Okay, and it looks like the Diamondbacks were just a little bit too much for them. And that is unfortunate. I didn't even see if he won an award. Ooh, that was something I didn't even check. I got to check, see if he won an award now. Anything at all. If anything, it's probably going to be a Gold Glove or a Silver Slugger. And he did not. So, all right. No awards, unfortunately. But there's that. He made the postseason for once. And there you go. The Mariners won the World Series. But it looks like, he just needed that contract to really show off his ability. All right, we're going to check in this year, 2032. And mostly because I looked at a couple stats and a couple league leaders. He led the league in triples. I'll move myself in the corner so you guys can see it. But yeah, he led the league in triples. He had 16. You can also kind of see his stat line for the year. He also won his first award, which was a Silver Slugger. Again, nothing too crazy. But this has kind of been, I would say, a pretty disappointing one. You can see he's starting to go down as well pretty quickly, actually. That's just something you don't want to see. That's tough. That's not what you want to see at all. He had a really good year. First time he cracked 100 RBIs. He's been stealing quite a few bases. Hasn't been caught a lot this year. But 28 home runs, 16 triples, and then 43 doubles. So coming off a career year, career high in average and just missed out on OPS, but his slugging is a career high. On base percentage had a great year. Stats wise had a career high for almost every category, and yet he's gonna go down in attributes. If anything, hold him. Like, I could see maybe speed goes down a little bit, maybe fielding. He is getting a little bit older. Maybe the power goes down a little bit, but like, I feel like his attributes, if anything, probably should go up after the fact that he just came off a career year. Maybe not power, but maybe contact goes up, everything like that, because this is a great season. I don't understand why he's going down. It's disappointing to see that. Again, Colorado is in the postseason, so let's monitor that. They might have gotten knocked out. They haven't actually yet. Oh wait, they won. So now they're facing the Giants, and they get knocked out that way. So there's that. I still think he's got a few years left on his contract. Let's go take a look really fast. He's got 4 more years. 4 more years, so he'll be what, 36, 37-ish by the time that runs out. So probably the end of, like, towards the end of the career, which kind of does suck, but I mean, maybe he can start to break something, you know, maybe start to kind of find like a late bloom of power where he starts hitting like 30 plus home runs or something, but let's wait and see. All right, so you know how just last season I mentioned that, you know, he was going down a little bit. This might be the biggest drop off I've ever seen. So he's down to 87. I'm assuming morale has something to do with this. We'll take a look at that a bit. He's at 85, but excuse me, how? Just 1 year. He's just like, I forgot how to play baseball. Everything's going downhill from here. What? Career year. I mean, he's still putting up, you know, a good amount of triples, but these are like his rookie numbers. I don't understand this game. I don't know. I mean, I'll keep checking his stat line and like his attributes as I simulate, but realistically, this might be it. Like, he might not even hit 300 home runs. Like, this is wild. How does he drop off so much? It's just one season. I don't get it. So I'm going to leave it here. We're going to see how it goes. I don't think Colorado made it to the postseason. It didn't. So that was a quick little check-in just to show you how much that changed. Wow, that was mind-blowing. So yeah, there's that. I'll show you if anything crazy happens. Low-key been thinking about bringing him back to Seattle. They could potentially use like a left fielder, maybe even a center fielder. I don't think they have anybody in the farm system really either that really can hit. So like bringing him back might be an okay move, just because like Seattle kind of did mess up and just let him walk for free. So I might do that. If not, like if I do it, it'll just be a trade to make a trade happen, but it won't really change that much of the outcome. So yeah, there's that. I'll see you guys whenever something big happens next. All right, 2040, usually about the time players retired, and we've hit that point. JARRED KELENIC has retired, and I'm not gonna lie, it was a super disappointing career sim, and I know you guys are already thinking that too, especially with all the hype that's around him currently in real life. Like, I'm hyped about him. I'm not, like, as a Mariners fan, I'd be like losing my mind. I'd be like, this is gonna just bring our team to the next level. But for this, I'm sitting here going, man, I was expecting 700 home runs. Not really, but you know what I'm trying to say. So you can see 41, he just retired, 53 overall. And let's take a look. He hasn't played for the last few seasons. Like I did mention, I did try to bring him back to Seattle, and I did. He had a couple good seasons, you know, like a 282, 856 OPS. Like, that's not a bad year, and that would have been when he was like, what, 30? So this would have been 40, 39, 38. So like 37, maybe 36. He would have still put up some decent numbers. And unfortunately, this is kind of where it ends, you know, and sadly, it just wasn't what I was expecting. You know, 323 home runs, 2,000 hits, 260 average, under 800 OPS. And let's go and take a look at the WAR, 64.3. It's all right. Like, again, is it a terrible career? No, not at all. Is it one that I was expecting? No, not at all. I was expecting a little bit more. And I doubt this is a Hall of Fame career. Yeah, I didn't think it would be. So there is probably the most disappointing, lackluster, I would say just not what I expected career sim. I was expecting a lot more. I was expecting crazy amount of home runs, and unfortunately that's just where it ends. You know, sadly that's how it ends. If you guys want to see another top prospect, let me know down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed today's video, of course hit that like button, and if you're new to the channel and you're hyped or you want to see some more content, of course hit that subscribe button. You know, MLB The Show 21's right around the corner. I'd love to have you here for that new content that we're going to bring to the channel. So that's about it, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.